Well, one of the biggest communication problems that I think is that people do not listen to understand. They listen to be understood. In other words, they listen to talk. People hear the words someone is speaking, and as they hear, they begin calculating their response, their words, their thoughts, their emotions, and their perceptions. It seems that people are only a catalyst for the hearer to spend their words. Now, if you were in a debate, this is probably the correct posturing, right, a person would take, preparing themselves with as many words as possible on the topic and waiting for the right moment to interrupt to make their point. But this procedure is rarely effective if an enhanced relationship is desired. See, hearing is through the ears, but listening is through the mind. Both activities of hearing and listening involve the use of the ears, but they're very different from each other. Hearing is when you experience the sound waves and noise through ears, but listening is when you receive the sound waves and you understand it by paying full attention to the words and the meaning of those words and sentences as the speaker communicates. So here are some key differences between hearing someone speak and actually listening to them speak. So hearing is this ability to perceive sounds through the ears. But listening is this conscious activity that involves analysis and understanding of the sounds that you hear. Hearing is a passive process that does not include the mind at all. Listening is an active mental process that involves the mind to draw meaning from words. Hearing is typically an inborn ability, whereas listening is a learned skill. Hearing uses basically one sense, the ears. Listening uses multiple senses, ears, eyes, touch, smell, intuition, all to understand the message more accurately. Hearing typically does not require a lot of focus, whereas listening requires tons of focus. See, hearing someone speak without listening, I think, is a very serious problem, because listening is our access to understanding and emotionally connecting with people. A world where we don't listen to each other is a very scary place, because I think we lose the ability to live fully connected to people physically, emotionally, spiritually. See, our spiritual path, I think, has listening and contemplation at its heart. This is the reason why I want to bring up issues with texting and emailing it, and we'll talk about it more later, but text messaging and email both have advantages and disadvantages. And when communicating, and the positive of these forms of communication is that a person can quickly share details that are important and be very precise and accurate. However, both of these formats have problems, because when a person is trying to communicate emotion along with lengthy ideas and thoughts, there's much more likely a possibility of being misunderstood and not connecting. We're going to discuss this, as I mentioned, in detail when we focus on the dynamics of nonverbal communication. But whenever someone is speaking, what they are trying to communicate is everything inside their head, their heart, and their soul. Whenever there is misunderstanding, a person may leave believing that they have been unheard and therefore feel emotionally disconnected. Frustrated and hurt, they may try again, but at some point people often give up and just communicate whatever is on the surface. And surface communication misses the soul and the spirit of a person. See, dialogue ceases to happen even if we don't give up talking to each other. The words used are often less than completely true. People cease to be fully alive when they believe that no one really knows them. You've heard it said before that the most intimate part of a person is what they think and how they feel about what they think about. And true intimacy is when two people connect with both the head, the heart, the soul, the spirit, and when connecting on the thoughts and beliefs and ideas along with how they feel about those things, there is a sense of, you get me. You know me. You understand me. Now I want you to take some time now to evaluate and score your hearing versus listening habits, okay?